All right. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation. I'm so glad that you made some time for this, and I appreciate you sacrificing your evening time. My name is Bill Soroka. I'm the founder of NotaryCoach.com and the High Performance Notary community on the school platform, where we really focus on helping entrepreneurs implement their training and education to get the results that they want. And I love introducing tools, opportunities, strategies, mindsets that help you thrive no matter what's going on in the economy, which is exactly why we're here today. And I'm excited to introduce you to my guest, Mike Feddick. He's the founder of Reach. And Mike and I go way back. I hunted this guy down when I saw what he was building at another firm, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I finally got an introduction to him and his team, which is a true testament to the power of relationships. And then from that, for years, we've been building tools, programs, and real business opportunities together to help entrepreneurs all over the country create more stability, more options, and have more control in their work. And since founding Reach, Mike and his team have been working very intentionally to build something that simply makes sense for real estate agents, also for loan signing agents and notaries. And of course, and this is most important, I think you'll see this come through in Mike's presentation tonight. It's good for the American consumer. And what Mike and this incredible team he's built have engineered here is genuinely mind-blowing. And it's a true first in this industry that even the most seasoned, yeah, I've seen it all kind of real estate agent will recognize as a trailblazing product. This isn't some fly-by-night gimmick. It's a real program built with real lenders, designed to solve a real problem in today's housing market. And that's exactly, um, well, that thought's going right out my head, but here's what you can expect today. We very specifically designed this session for real estate agents who want to expand their buyer network and eliminate down payments for their clients when purchasing a home. So, a lot of what you're going to hear tonight is going to be aimed at licensed professionals. So, check in with me on the chat if you're in a safe place to do so. If you are a licensed real estate agent, will you just drop a hello in the chat and tell us what states you're licensed in? Do we have any agents on tonight's call? And let's just try this to make sure that you're not asleep behind this camera. If you're not a licensed real estate agent, will you just write not it in the chat for me? And let's see if this thing's working, Mike. There we go, Sandy. Thank you. Not it, not it. So there we go. Valita is a Florida realtor. Not it. Thank you, Kate. Great to see you here. Okay, so good mix. Um, which is good because you probably saw in that invitation that I also welcomed you to attend, even if you're not licensed. And I did that for two important reasons. First is that there is an opportunity here to refer the Reach homeownership program without being a licensed real estate agent. So we'll get a chance to talk about that today too. And second, if you're personally interested in buying a home without draining your cash or separating yourself from your liquidity, this program might be exactly what you're looking for. This is very real. It's a very legitimate way to access zero down payment financing for your first or just your next home. And you'll hear all about that here in a second. So, whether you're here as a licensed professional or someone who supports real estate transactions, a mobile notary, a loan signing agent, or a future home buyer yourself, you're in the right place. So, sit back, relax this evening after a long, hard day's work. Enjoy today's presentation and show some love in the chat from a good friend, Mike Feddick. Mike, it's all yours, my man.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it very much. And welcome to all of you. I'm always grateful to have the floor and to be able to share. I'm going to take this blur thing off. It looked cool for a second, but it's not. I like to see who I am, actually. But Don't mind my tequila bottles back there. I do live in the beautiful country of Mexico, so I became a big fan of tequila 7 years ago. And no, tequila, when you sip it, does not have the results of when we were in high school doing shots of it. That's where people get scared of tequila. But when you sip it, it's a phenomenal product to have. And we only have a couple, and you go home and you're good. So, and no hangovers because there's no added sugar. It's real agave. So that's my tequila plug for you tonight. But again, welcome to all of you, and I thank you. And Bill was so spot on. If you're an agent, fantastic. You're going to see something you've never seen before as an agent. If you're not an agent, the good news is we all know lots of agents. Our friends are agents, our families are agents, someone in our neighborhood's an agent. They're everywhere. And what's really great, if you don't know any agents, it's easy to find them because their pictures on every single card. It's on billboards. It's all over the place because real estate agents are taught to make sure you remember their face. So I'm excited to dive into it because I have something for all of you tonight. And I do, before I get into my presentation, I want to make sure I address a couple things because I want to get your attention. And sometimes when real estate agents hear zero down home ownership, the first thing they think is, I know all about those products. I have access to those lending products. They're in my office all the time. And I'm here to promise you with every bit of my heart, even though you don't know me, you've never seen this product before. You've never used this product before, and you've never had access to this product. And I can confidently say that because my company secured the exclusive and the first to market with this product to individuals like ourselves and to real estate agents to have access to this lending product. Now, it's not we're launching it tonight and you're the test group and we don't know if it works kind of product. That would be a little scary. It has actually been running for about 3 years now. Thousands of successful people have now bought a home with zero money down, no money at closing, no gotchas, no first-time homebuyer program, none of that stuff. And the reason that it's been tested for a few years, it only was available for developers that were building 50, 100, 200 size neighborhoods, and they were using this program with the lender. Yes, it works nationwide. They were only building it, right, with the lenders. The lender was only building it, using it with the builders. So what was really great about that is they started to test it out. And they really got to see even better results than they expected. So much so that many of you that know the mortgage world, a lot of mortgage companies sell off their mortgages, right, on the market after 6 months or so and sell it. This lender was not selling these off. They were holding them. They were actually servicing them, which was pretty amazing because it was such good business. And what they found was there was this very unique bucket of people that could qualify for a home with a very minimal credit score. I'll get into all that, and with some very simple income, and they could move them into a mortgage without a down payment. And because they studied this and they saw the success, my partner was just lucky. There's some days where you just get lucky. And he got connected to Don. Don is the president of the lending division of what we call the renewable energy lending product, renewable energy. Okay. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to be very focused in on that. Okay. We have another product as well. They go hand in hand. So if someone doesn't own a house, we use the zero money down. If someone already owns a house, we've got a product for them as well. Yes, this does work for refinancing, and yes, this does work for new construction. So what I'm going to share with you is for all three of those categories: house, new construction, or somebody wants to do a refi. I will also tell you that my company that I was very grateful and honored to co-found is called Reach. And we were originally just a solar company. Now, before you real estate agents hang up, because I already know, I know the frustration with some agents in solar. I've been down this game for a long time. I promise I know it all. Okay, not at all, but I know all about this little real estate and solar world. And I just want to set the stage clear. You agents are all right. Okay. You are right to be frustrated. And for those that don't know what we're talking about, agents would get stuck sometimes selling a house that had solar on it. And the solar was a lease or it had still payments made on it. And the new buyer came in, got qualified for the house. The agent was excited. Everything was going to look good. But then they couldn't get him qualified to transfer over the solar loan to the new buyer. So it became somewhat of a nightmare for real estate agents. And they have every right to feel that way because they just lost a $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 sale because they couldn't get the solar loan transferred over easily, which is what the salesperson told the homeowner that it would be easy when they sold the house. So it's been a rough industry in some ways, but the product of solar, and when it's paid off solar where there's no lease or no loan, real estate agents love it. In fact, they sell a house way faster with paid off solar than they do with a house without solar. So when it's paid off solar, meaning there's no loan, there's no lease, it's paid off, it's one of the greatest products you can ever add to your home because it literally eliminates your electricity cost. Okay. And so it's a fantastic thing. So I want to address that up front. All right. So agents, I have good news. I've remarried real estate agents and solar back together when you see this product. Okay. And so I'm excited because when you see it, it will blow you away. And we deal with paid off solar, by the way, in this program. All right, let me get to my screen here and we're going to jump right into it. There we go. So guys, we are Reach, okay? And what we're doing is we're revolutionizing home ownership. And if you are somebody who's in the mortgage world, or you are a real estate agent, or you just kind of know that space, I want you to take kind of what you've always known and what you've always been taught, and I want you to put it to the side for just a second, okay? I want you to put that knowledge to the side just for a second. And I want you to be open to think a little different, because you're either going to buy into it tonight, you're going to buy into it in a couple weeks, you're going to buy into it at the end of the year, or you're definitely in the next couple years going to buy into it, because nobody will ever buy a home the old way when this really starts to spread. Yes, we're first to market, guys. Yes, we have the exclusive. But if something works really well, Stacy, you know, Kate, you know, all the other mortgage companies will add it to their mix. Why would they not? If they can afford it, the big ones, they're going to put something that's working. Okay, so let's take advantage of it now, though. And I want you guys to really have your thinking cap on, although you won't need it. It's a very simple thing we're doing. This is not some patented thing through Shark Tank that we're waiting for 4 patent pending things. It's a very simple thing, but yet most people can't afford, most mortgage companies can't afford to do it because it costs a lot up front to do it. So they've earmarked my company $10 billion for this project. Okay, so it's a big project, 10 billion. So I feel like a little responsibility. I got a $10 billion chart on my head here. We're going to talk tonight about our company, the need, our products, the timing, the opportunity for all of you. Our company is very established, meaning that we've got a heck of a team that run this company, from our CFO with 22 years experience, handled billions of dollars worldwide. Our owner, Mr. Rick Cotton, has owned 3 or 4 now very successful companies. He's done over $3 billion in sales. We've got an incredible marketing department. We've got a great customer service. And so I feel like in my 21-year career, and I've been very successful, right? I've been successful, meaning that I've had some great home runs. I've hit some triples. I've hit some doubles. I've struck out 1,000 times, of course. The only way you can hit a grand slam, you got to strike out quite a bit. But I feel like I've been around long enough to kind of identify the team we have, and I could not be more proud. We really have a good team. So tonight we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about 2 things tonight, and they go together. The 2 things we're going to talk about is home ownership. Now, this blew me away, Kate, when I learned this statistic. 50 million Americans right now today have the credit score for our program, which is a 620. It's very low. That's all they need is a 620. It's very fair. And monthly income to support a mortgage payment, which means if they're already paying for rent, there's a really good chance they're going to qualify in our program, because we don't try to offset that to make them pay $800 more in a mortgage than they're paying in rent. Okay, I'm going to show you how we do it, but our goal is to make it as close to equal as possible. And in some cases, crazy enough, Kate, we make it less than what they're spending in rent, which is pretty cool. And we've got some wonderful testimonials to back that. But I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about the number one reason why somebody can't buy a house. If they have the credit score, they have the monthly income, they're missing one big piece. 50 million people don't have the down payment of $36,000 average last year to buy a home. Why do those 50 million people, you say, well, why can't they use a first-time home buyer product? They don't qualify for it. Why can't they, have some kind of assistance from the government? They don't qualify for it. See, guys, as agents, and I believe We have an agent from Florida. I saw her name on there, Florida. Is she knows that they have product lending products for first time home buyers, for government assistance type programs, for regions where I can only buy in a certain area. I have to make a certain amount of income. I can't make more than this. I can't make less than this. So for those programs that are currently available today, and for my agent friend in Florida, she knows it's a headache sometimes using them. There's a lot of hoops and lots of hurdles that they have to, as realtors, jump through to try to get that deal all the way through to the finish line. And a lot of times it falls apart and it's such a waste of time, but you were just trying to be a good agent and do the right thing. And for that, I respect you, but you will not have that problem anymore. We are changing the way somebody is going to buy a home from this day forward when you see this program. And even if somebody has the money for the down payment, why would they ever take it out of their investment savings account? Why? There would be no sense to. You have a better opportunity in a program here. And so it's not just going to be for the people that don't have the money. It's going to be for my friend that I just referred to, our CFO in Vegas, who's going to use this program because he doesn't want to take out. He's making 11.5% last year on his money. Doesn't want to take it out of the market. And I agree with them. So guys, also think about this. When an average down payment last year was about $36,000 across the country, no wonder why the average age now is 40 years old for someone to buy a home. See, Kate, when my parents were younger, they bought houses when they were in their 20s. Okay, back in the 70s and the 80s, people were buying houses in their mid 20s. Not anymore. 40 years old if they're lucky. So we're going to change that because there's a massive need for our product, and I'm going to do a deep dive on that tonight. Let's talk about electricity. Now, this one we can have some fun with, all right? This one we can have fun with. Why? Because let me ask you, do you enjoy having lights? Do some of you enjoy your heat in the cold months, the cold few weeks we've had around here? How about the cooling for my Arizona friends in the summertime, my Florida friends, Texas, right? Got to have air conditioning, right? Some of us had 3 units in case 2 broke. We always had a backup, right? Refrigeration, internet, TV. Guys, we laugh. We all know having electricity is so important. But did you know this? Because even as a solar guy, an owner of a company, I didn't have this updated statistic till the other day. In the last 6 years, the utility cost for the American homeowner is up 41% in 6 years. 41%. Guys, it is so wrong. As mad as you are at some of the pharmaceutical companies and what they do to people, like literally people are dying because they can't afford a $900 pill, right? It's criminal. We all know that. Okay. The same thing for utilities, but we're just now really starting to see it and feel it. What do you think is going to happen, guys, as AI, which is the fastest growing technology in the world right now? How many of us drop a 1 in the chat if you use AI on a weekly basis? Drop a 1 in the chat if you use it for anything, your writing, your spelling, your post, your pictures, anything AI. Look at the chats, guys. This is just a little call with 23 of us on here. What if there was 25,000? It would be 111111111. So we can all agree that AI is growing fast. But we all do know that AI is only as good as it can be stored. If it can't be stored, it goes by. There's nothing, that means nothing. All the brilliance doesn't mean anything. So it's got to be stored somewhere. So where is it being stored right now? Well, in data centers, but there's 2,300 more data centers being built right now. Some of them are in your backyards. Some of you have seen the buildings going up for them. Guess where they're pulling electricity from? The grid. Guess where that's going to cost more people money? You, as the consumer. Your electricity bill is going to go up. It's a guaranteed fact, and you can stamp it for me and come back to me in 2 years and go, Mike, I remember when you were on that call. You told me my power bill would go up, but boy, I didn't realize it would go up that much. Because, guys, there's nothing else it can do, right? It has to go up if they're going to build these data centers, which they are. Okay, so guys, I wanted to spend a couple extra minutes on this slide because to me, this slide sets the stage for the rest of my talk. There's a problem out there today. The problem is people can't buy a house because of a down payment. They don't qualify for any of the current lending products out there. So that's why we have more renters than we've seen in a long time. Well, we're gonna solve that problem. Electricity is needed. We all can agree. And it's getting expensive and it's getting more expensive. And what can we do to reduce that cost? I'm going to talk about two products tonight, and I'm going to be very clear and very focused on these products. Zero down home ownership, helping people buy a home with no money down, no gotchas, no games, nothing you've ever seen before, never been used before, and home solar value. Energy, every single home needs energy. And most homeowners today don't know what their home solar value is. Okay, if you're a homeowner on here right now and somebody has provided you your home solar value, you know that number, drop it in the chat. If you know that exact number in the last 12 months, if someone's provided that to you, I want you guys to watch the chat for a second. Nobody is going to drop it in the chat. Watch, Kate. Nobody. Nobody's going to put a number. Why? Because they don't know what the number is. Isn't that pretty cool? Right? Because we have the product that can tell everybody what their number is, but nobody knows what it is because no one's ever provided it to them. Tonight, guys, here's what's so cool. Tonight, some of you can upload your bill and find out what your home solar value is in the next 24 to 48 hours. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free just to know what the number is. What is home solar value? That's what you're asking me, Mike. What is it? I've never heard of it before. Of course, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it. Your home solar value is three things. Every home in America has a value to it of what we call, it's really energy value, because it doesn't have to be solar all the time, guys, by the way. This program I'm going to talk about, if someone's in a condo unit, they can use backup batteries as the renewable energy product and still qualify. Some of you that go, I hate those solar panels. They're so ugly. I don't care how much I can save. I don't ever want them on my roof. Okay, we can have a backup idea for you, all right? But the point is, guys, is that just don't care about what it looks like, right? And here's what I joke, Kate. A friend of mine said this, my friend. She says to me, she says, Mike, this is incredible. She was going to save like $244 a month on her electric bill, $244 a month. And she goes, they're just so ugly, Mike. And I go, Mary, can I ask you a friendly, fun question? She goes, yeah. She's already smiling because she knows I'm going to ask her. I said, when's the last time the Home Digest magazine came and knocked on your door to do a front page cover of your home? She goes, you're such a jerk. Nobody cares what your house looks like. You do, because in your mind you've built up what you think, but nobody else cares. What you do care about, though, is your retirement, the bank account growing, putting your kids through school, right? Eating healthier, having money if an emergency cancer comes up and you need to fly to Mexico to get the best natural treatments in the world and cure your cancer. Those are really good, powerful things to have money for. So you'll get away with those panels just looking a little ugly. But guys, let me break this down real quick. Three things that every home qualifies for, okay? Total government incentives. There are so many hidden incentives. Bill and I found out about a unique one the other day, okay? Local, state, and federal. Total electricity savings. Okay, guys, you know how the simplicity of solar works? Is like this. I have a $400 electric bill. Okay, I can go solar with no money down. It doesn't cost any money to get solar. You don't pay up front for it at all. It's $0. No installment fee or anything. So take the $400 electric bill, get it away. Our goal is to put you into a $300 solar payment. So you save $100 a month, but over time you save tens of thousands because your $400 electric bill won't be $400 in 2 years. In fact, it won't be $500 in 5 years. It'll be probably more like $800, $900, $1,000, and it will keep going up, right? 41% just in the last 6 years. You saw that statistic. So when you go solar, you lock in your price. So my 300 is 300 next year. Kate, your 300 is 300 in 10 years. And 12 years until you pay it off. You can agree to the terms. How long do you want to pay it up? I want to just stretch it as long as I can and make my payment as low as I can. Because what's the alternative? I'm either going to pay my utility bill to my power company, right? Or I'm going to pay my utility bill to myself, right? So you're building your own little power plant on your roof when you have solar. So the question always is super fair. Can I produce electricity at my house cheaper than I can buy it? And if the answer is yes, then you make sense to find your home solar value to go solar. If the answer is no, I say, thanks, Kate, appreciate it. Now you know solar's not a good fit for your house. It's real simple. But no sales guy knocking on your door is ever going to tell you the truth. They're only going to tell you solar's good. And they're going to rip you off with the worst contract and the biggest commission they've ever made. That is why I started this company, to stop the nonsense out there. Because when solar's done right, it's phenomenal. But it's been done wrong for so long that it just irks me. I get so upset. So guys, those three things, increase value property when solar's paid off. Those three things have a total number. Okay, that total number is your home solar value. That's what you are eligible to receive back in your bank account. Now, guys, I'm going to share one good story with you. My friend Joseph was the most negative guy. He's a real estate agent. Okay. Super negative guy. He was so negative, right? So negative. Okay. And by the way, the panels, they last well over 30 years. Okay. I have a friend that has panels now for over 40 years in Arizona. Okay. The panels are so made so well these days. 30 years, you don't even have to clean them. 30 years they can sit on your rooftop and not have an issue. Okay. So watch this though. My friend was really negative. He's a big real estate broker, really smart guy, finance wizard. He was so negative, but he was my buddy. I bought him an airline ticket and I said, "Come to Mexico. I dare you to come stay at my house for the weekend and let's talk face to face." He was so fun. He came. We had a blast. He was tried to beat me up a little bit. When I got finished and I broke the reality and the truth down, he walked out of here. I'll never forget. Right in my garage, right there. That's where the taxi picked him up to go to the airport. Gave me a big hug. He goes, "Man, I really appreciate it. You've completely changed the way I thought about this, and I was just so naive to being so negative. But man, you're right." And shook hands, and we've been business partners ever since. He's the president now of my company, Reach. Okay, he's the one who brought the zero money down home ownership product to the company that you guys are about to see in a second. So, guys, home solar value is powerful, right? Now, I'm going to cruise through a few more of these to get to the goodies. I know many of you.
What's going on?
Sorry, many of you want to know about, of course, buying a house with no money down. I promise this isn't the hook. We're not trying to get you to hear a solar presentation. I promise. But this part has to make sense to you, right? This part for the no money down to really get passionate behind it. Okay, because again, remember, some people are negative, but there's reasons why you're negative, and I agree with you. But take that away because no more anymore. Okay, we're dealing with a new concept here. But let's hear Joe. Remember the guy, Joe, came to my house? Let's hear what happened to Joe when he went to his mom and dad and tried to sell them the home solar value. Tried to even ask him what theirs was.
What's going on, guys? Joseph Valenzuela here. I wanted to share with you my parents' story and their journey to get solar. Let me give you a little context. I came into this whole thing from a real estate background, and I was very skeptical about solar. I had seen some of the different finance or lease terms that people had gotten themselves into, and it made properties hard to sell. So I kind of had my guard up, and it wasn't until we were doing a development project in California where we were required by law to put solar on all new construction. And that's what started to shift my mindset. I thought, man, maybe there is something to this if it's the law that you have to put it on. And so I learned about this concept of your home solar value and kind of all the things. Hopefully you've heard about that. And I went to my mom and dad and I said, "Hey, has anybody ever showed you your home solar value?" And as soon as my dad heard the word solar, the first words out of his mouth were, "Solar's ugly." Let me give you a little context on that. My brother and my dad and I built our family home in Poway, California. It's one of my dad's dreams. We did everything. We dug the footings, poured the foundation, framed the walls. I mean, everything. We built this house. And my dad, it's been his baby. He doesn't want to mess up the aesthetics on this house at all. But I said, "Dad, I don't know what your home solar values going to look like, but I do know that it would be worth your time to find out and take a look." And I'll tell you guys up front, not every house is a home run. Some are, some aren't. It just turned out that my parents' house was an absolute grand slam home run. They qualified for not only local incentives from the city of Poway, they also got a ton of federal incentives that we were able to help them with. And on a $56,000 solar system that my parents bought with zero money out of pocket, we're able to finance with 100% financing, lower their electric bill by about 20 bucks a month. They were able to qualify for over $60,000 in incentives. They actually made money. And that doesn't even include the depreciation and interest write-off that they're able to take. They're going to end up putting all that cash that they got towards paying off the solar system in full, and they're going to be able to own it free and clear. But I mean, imagine just getting a free solar system because of all that. So here's what I know for sure, guys. Help everybody find out. Some are going to be great. Some aren't. It's all good. We get paid to help people find out along the way. And my parents are now the biggest promoters ever of solar. They love it. They think it's great. And they think it looks beautiful. So with that, enjoy.
Awesome, Joe. Guys, I love Joe's story because again, I guess I love it more than anybody else because I was here when he was negative. I was sorry about that. I was here when he was negative, at my house. And so to be able to see him go from that negative person, okay, to now, right? It just makes me smile, guys. And hold on my door, please. My wife is in the other room. And she's going to have to go get the door. Okay. Guys, sorry about that. So guys, this is the power. Okay. This is the power of what I said. Put aside what you've always known, be a little bit more open. Think about the future. Think about AI. Think about that. Someone said in the comments that their boyfriend builds those data centers. That's right. He is. He's building them and he knows that they take electricity. So guys, let's switch gears a little bit. Okay. And I've had a lot of fun with you guys about this. Okay. The facts about residential solar, we've talked about it. But the one thing to know is that it's projected to go to 5 million more homes in the next 4 years. So, Kate, watch this. It's taken 47 years since solar started, 47 years for it to get to 5 million customers. Now they're predicted to go to 5 million more customers in 4 years. But the cool part is I'm inviting you, Bill's inviting you tonight, that you can participate in simply referring people, and you can make an incredible amount of money by referring. There's no sales here. You can't sell solar. We don't sell solar. We just refer it. Okay. Our company does all the selling on the back end for you. All right. So owning electricity versus renting it is just like owning a house versus renting. There's way more benefits, a lot more control when you own your electricity. See, my family, they all have solar. I can call my right now and I say, Jason, what's your electric bill last month? And guess what he's going to tell me, Kate? $23. And I said, what was it 3 months ago? $23. What will it be next 6 months from now, Jason? $23. Why? Because that's his activation fee. He has no electric bill. He just has Florida requires an activation fee, so he stays active to the grid in case anything ever happens, right? He can always have power. But his bill's $23 a month, every single month, in a state that's had 4 hike increases in the last couple of years because of hurricanes. All right. Now I get to the fun part. I know many of you are here. Where's my real estate friends? Okay, I promised you I would get here, but it was very important that I took that time to kind of open you up a little bit to how good solar can be when it's done the right way. And for all of you on the call tonight, I'll show you before we hang up. If you want to get your home solar value for free, cost you nothing just to get it and find out what your house qualifies for. I'll show you how to upload your bill here at the very end, okay? Let's talk now about zero down home ownership. How does this all work and how does it all come into play? Okay, well, it's really actually super simple. It's everything that you normally would experience in a lending product, but better. Okay, it's not any big hoops, hurdles, or anything. In fact, it's sometimes even less. Our lender is PRMI. They're doing $4 billion a month in new business and servicing over $10 billion a year in existing clientele. They are monsters in a good way. Okay. They're a huge company, very successful, very smart. Okay. Backed by multi-gazillionaires. These guys are just, when Joe flew out and met them, he came back and goes, man, I've dealt with a lot of lenders before and I don't think I've seen guys as good as this. Okay. So really solid company. Okay. Now, all that somebody needs, remember the 50 million people? Here's what I know. I've never met Kate before. And you say, why do you keep talking about Kate? Because she has good energy and her camera's on. I can see her. But right now, I don't know Kate. We've never met before. But I know for a fact that in Kate's phone, 30% of the people in her phone are renting a property right now they don't own. 30%. So for every 10 that she scrolls down, 3 of those people are renting. 3 of those people are renting. 3 of those people are renting. And most of those people in her phone are renting, not because they want to rent. I promise you. They're renting because they don't have a down payment. Okay. That's majority, not all. There's a few people rent for specific reasons. Their companies pay for it, kind of stuff like that. I get that. But majority are only not owning because they don't have a down payment and they don't qualify for any of the other lending products. So I need to have some monthly income. How much monthly income do I need? It just depends where you live, what kind of home you want, what your budget is, right? For example, the single mom with 3 kids, my first client that I got, she's a single mom with 3 kids living in an apartment. She just got qualified for $210,000. Okay. She makes $3,000 a month, $3,000 a month. And she had a 680 credit score. So $3,000 a month, 680 credit score, got her that 210,000. And she's only paying, I think, $320 a month more for her mortgage than she was with her rent. And she doesn't have an electric bill. Pretty cool. It's a phenomenal story. And it was my first one, right? So it was like, wow, now I got dozens behind it, but she was my very first one. And that's where it went from my head to my heart. Because then I realized I'm doing more than just, the solar stuff, right? I'm doing more than being a founder of a company. Like it hit me. Now, real estate agents, you already know this. Notaries, you guys know this, right? I mean, you really, sometimes signing some of those documents or verifying those documents, that changes someone's life. It's an inheritance, it's money, there's a lot of things that go to it. So your job becomes more than money. The same thing I feel here with this program. Now, helping people buy a home, getting her out of an apartment. She's got kids. They want to have a backyard. They want to have a driveway to play in, a front yard to run around in, and have a sprinkler, right? So guys, it's a very minimal thing that you need to qualify. Now, Kate, what would you do? When you see the program, you're going to get your own landing page like this. It's all custom to your name. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, guys. By the way, this whole program to share this opportunity is all free. You don't have to pay for anything, okay? So I'm going to give you this landing page, Kate. It's going to have your name on it, and you can just send it out to anybody you know who's renting. Maybe 1 month you send it to 10 people. Next month you don't send it to anybody. You're busy with life. No problem. There's no quotas, none of that. But it's as simple as you just sending that link. When the person gets it, they click the blue box, they fill out their information, they schedule a call with the lender, and they go through the process to even find out before they ever do a credit check. Anything. They just find out, estimated wise, what would this person qualify for? So it's so cool for a renter because it affects them zero. The only thing they end up with is knowing, hey, I qualify for 320 grand. Cool. I might not even want to buy a house right now, right? Or I might get a little scared. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to qualify. But it's okay. All your job is, Kate, is all our job, my job, Bill's job. We're just sorting through the people that would like to buy. And that's all our job is. And we get paid a lot of money to do it. Wait till you guys see how much money. It's crazy. People tell me I pay out way too much, but hey, I like it. It's fun. Now, to bring a little credibility to this program, let's hear from Don. This is the guy who's the underwriter. He's the president. He's the man of this lending company. And remember, our mortgage lender is the bank. So we get very friendly in the underwriting process here. It's a lot better than just the average mortgage company. But let's hear a little bit from Don. What is his perspective with the guy who created this program and has taken the big risk with a $10 billion program here with us?
Guys, it's time to rethink home buying. Home buying's been done essentially the same way for the last, 15 to 20 years. And here's one of the things that we noticed. You're never going to own a home without running to power to it. The cost of power climbs, the cost of homeownership climbs. And affordability is at an all-time high. Now, as a bank, as a mortgage servicer, people making their payments to us, we saw people adding renewable energy after they moved in. And they called us up because they were frustrated or they were angry. And we looked under the hood. We like, holy cow, look at the waste. Look at the dealer fees. Look at the financing fees. Look at these obscene, crazy commissions. And in an attempt to make their lives better, they actually made their lives more expensive in some ways. But at that time, we saw it was an opportunity for us and for everyone, right? How do we lower the cost of home ownership? How do we find affordability? So we created a brand new program that doesn't just look at PITI, but looks at PITI plus utilities. Because there's so much money now that are going to utility companies that it's eating up housing budgets. So our program allows us to make energy efficient improvements in the mortgage at the time of purchase. In doing so, we literally unlock so much buying power in many markets that we lower the cost of their utilities more than we increase their mortgage payment. And when a homebuyer doesn't have to pay for dealer fees and financing fees and crazy commissions, there's so much money left over that we're able to turn that into down payment and closing cost assistance. It's essentially what we do. So we take the waste in utilities, we take the waste that is in the renewable energy financing, and we package that up and we give it to potential home buyers, unlocking zero down, potentially zero cash to close, and a lower utility bill for home buyers. It allows homeowners to not just own their house, but to own their power with no extra liens and no extra leases. Look, there are a lot of people out there who would love to buy a home, but maybe don't have the down payment saved up. Or maybe they do have the down payment, but they're just scared because they don't want to burn through their savings account buying a house. This program unlocks that opportunity for home buyers because as more people enter in the home buying market, as demand increases, the price of value increases, the price of a home increases. We don't want to see people who can afford the monthly payment of a house sit on the sidelines any longer. And there's so much waste in the current system that with Reach and the way that we do this together, we've been able to turn that into down payment and closing cost assistance without the crazy geographic overlays or the income overlays. We're really just talking about affordability. How do we fight those rising costs and turn it into buying power? And that's what our program does when we partner with great companies like Reach. So I'm excited to help you guys unlock that opportunity for many Americans to buy a house.
Awesome, Don. Thank you, buddy. Always appreciate it, guys. That is what I was telling you in the beginning, that we didn't really invent something that we had to bring Albert Einstein brains into to figure it out, right? It really is, when you kind of break it down and you see the simplicity, is all we're doing is taking the wasted utility cost, the wasted bad solar companies that put in huge fees and commissions and dealers and interest on the normal solar loans. We got rid of all of that. And when you do that, it turns this program into reality of why it is so successful, right? And again, as Don said, it's buying a house is more than just, you know, the principal, the interest, and all of that. It's now putting the utility cost in there and seeing what does it really cost to operate this home. And if we can help somebody operate that home at a lower cost than what they would have done normally, then we're onto something. And that's what we get so excited about. So guys, in finishing up here and just wrapping up towards the end, again, owning a house versus renting, all of us know the benefits to that, right? They're just the big ones, right? Just the interest write-off, the depreciation write-off, the tax credits. You know, again, everything. Remember what we talked about with Joe? Remember Joe's mom and dad's story? We talked about the home solar value. Remember, all of that still applies to the buying the house with no money down. So guys, think about this. You're buying the house with no money down. The home value is automatically increased 5% more because it's paid off solar. So when the appraiser comes at the end of closing to appraise the home, they're appraising it at 5% more than I just bought it, right? So it's incredible. And now I'm moving into a home with no electric bill, right? And so then on top of that, I pick up all the things that Joe was talking about. If I'm in a renewable energy community, if I US made panels, I get 10% off of that. Tax credit. There's so many more benefits that in a lot of cases, you're not only buying the house with no money down, you're buying the house with no money down, and you're going to get a check from the government, from your state, from the local taxes. You're going to get money back in your pocket. So guys, we don't really go down that road of telling people, because then it starts to get, Kate, where people go, that's too good to be true. There's no way. Even after testimonials, even after documentation, people still don't believe it, right? And so I always say, you know what, Bill? The best way to overcome not knowing if it's real or not is you try it. You try it. You try it one time and you see how it goes, right? And I've always done really well in my life when I've tried something, and if it didn't work, now I'm the kind of guy who tries it a couple times, right? If a restaurant's bad, I go back, you know, two times. Okay, after the third, I'm not going back again, right? But guys, I'm in all seriousness, there's so much money on the table that you save. So guys, the timing for us, why you're here today, is because Bill is inviting you to this opportunity, right? We're opening the door and inviting you because there's 50 million Americans that can qualify for our program right now that don't know about it. All we're doing is connecting them to the program. That's all we do. 70 million homes are suitable to know what their home solar value is. Some of you on this call tonight will find out what yours is, and you'll be excited. And again, guys, you don't have to buy. It's just find out what it is, right? That's all. Just have knowledge of, hey, I found out my home solar value is 22,000. And your sister's going to go, girl, did you get it? And you're like, no, I didn't move forward with it. She's going to go, what do you mean you didn't move forward? You have $22,000. Well, those panels are so ugly. I didn't like them. You know, and so so then I don't have to be the sales pushy guy. Your sister's going to push you to do it because she's going to tell you that you're crazy, right? Here's all the states we operate. I'll pause here for 30 seconds, take a picture. I know some of you are going to look here at that, but these are all the active states. I saw somebody say they were going to renew their real estate license in New Jersey. That is fantastic. It is such a great market for us. Okay, so go get that license renewed. And guys, just so you know, just so we're all on the same page here. Last year, there was a statistic that was pulled up, and the statistic was the 2025 NAR numbers. For real estate agents, they know what that means. For everybody else, it's basically this is the number of people that had an active real estate license in 2025. Okay, so of how many people had an active license? 1.3 million people had an active real estate license last year. 1.3 million. 923,543, Kate, never sold one home. Zero was their number. That's 71% of the 1.3 million. They took a test, Kate. They went to school, they went to a class, and they never came out and sold a house. Mind blowing, right? Now, here's what's even crazier. Of the people that just sold 1 to 4, Bill, just 1 through 4, was 193,000, which is 14%. So 85% of people that get a real estate license never sell more than 5 houses, with majority of them never selling 1 home. Now, some of you may go, well, that's awful. It's just as bad if you took the gyms across the country of who signs up in January in a gym and then who's still there in March and April. Numbers are still the same. It's just really human nature. In my company, we had, when we first launched, I mean, we probably had 20,000 people sign up, right? How many of them actually connected someone to their home solar value? A few hundred. So the numbers are just the numbers, but here's why I'm making this point. I believe, and I have 100% confidence in this program, that we can help the 923,000 that never sold one. I believe we can help a lot of them sell one. In fact, Kate, I believe we can help a couple of them sell 2 or 3, because every one of them have a friend, cousin, brother, sister, Facebook friend, high school friend that are renting that could qualify to buy a home with no money down, but they never had a program like that when they signed up last year to be an agent. They didn't have this. It didn't exist to them. Now we can give it to them. So guys, I'm going to move in now. I'm going to finish the last 10 minutes here, and then we'll have Q&A. And I'm going to finish on the opportunity. I'm going to finish for all of you that are here to know, okay, to know how this program works, okay? And I'm not going to do a deep dive into all the ways you can make money, but I want you to know there's an unlimited opportunity here. I'm going to focus on the real easy, what you could do tomorrow, what you could do next week. And really, how can I help you make an extra couple $1,000s right away? And then how could I help you continue that part-time, spare time every single month? See, I believe if I can help you get to $1,000, $2,000 a month part-time without changing your career, your job, taking time away from your family, but just putting in couple hours extra a week sharing this, then I believe once you do that, then you learn more and the compensation and try to make 10,000 a month and 20 and 50, right? In the beginning, I want to show what I believe all of you can do, okay? And so the first thing is we get paid 5 different ways, and I'm going to walk through all 5 of those right now. Now, I want to be clear. Every one of you tonight on this call, I believe, will sign up. Now, is that because Bill and I are so good? No. Because we made the first group of people that want to participate completely free. There's no cost at all. There's no monthly fees. You don't have to pay for anything to be part of our free affiliate program. And you can earn a lot of money in the free affiliate program, but there's no cost at all. It's not like, Kate, I've seen these programs where they get you in and then like 10 days later, 30 days later, all the stuff you need, you have to buy. Not like that at all. In fact, I built the model to be where I said, look, I want everything to be free. And then if people want to participate in other stuff, they can do that on their own and pay if they want to upgrade, right? But I'm never going to force somebody to have to pay. I want a free, legitimate program that Kate can make a couple $1,000s a month, and she never gave me a penny. And so that is our free affiliate program. Number 2 is our Reach Academy. This is an academy that has a great course in it right now that every month will have new courses added to it. And you have unlimited access to all of those courses. Bill just went through an amazing real estate course, and that was very knowledgeable for him. And it was something that you can't really get on YouTube because it ties a little bit of real estate into our program, kind of what we're doing. So it would never be available on YouTube. There's great courses on YouTube. I watch YouTube every night. I'm addicted. I love it. I don't even have cable anymore. I just watch everything on YouTube. But there's certain things that in our academy, we want to make sure that you can't just get on YouTube. So it makes the academy valuable. Plus, there's other big bonuses you can make with your Academy certified. But don't worry about that right now. I want you to focus on number 1, the free. And then number 3 is my licensed real estate agents. Anybody that has a license and you're an agent, there is something really good for you guys, okay? So if you're a licensed agent and you've been distracted, your kids are running around, all right, go put on something in the room for them and give me 10 minutes of your time here. Our free affiliates. So when you sign up tonight, Bill's dropped the links in the chat. He's got the links in the email. He's got links everywhere, guys. You're going to enroll through the link that Bill gives you. And all it takes, Kate, is your name, phone number, email. Go into your email and verify it, and you're in. Welcome. No gotchas, no hoops, no nothing. Now, with that, We give you a free website, custom with your name on it. All your marketing systems, all your landing pages, all your video, your social media posts, things that you can post. We've already done it. Everything in our marketing system you get for free. Plus, you get weekly trainings. I do them every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can join me this Friday. Then I do a few throughout the week all the time, but every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, you're more than welcome to come. I train on all different topics. And you get unlimited earning potentials on all of the personal connections that you connect with. So, for example, here's where it starts. Number one, okay, under the free program, when you share the home solar value, guys, we're going back to the home solar value. Remember the one with Joe and his mom and dad's story? So when you share the home solar value and somebody listens to a presentation, so for example, Kate, you upload your electric bill, someone gives you a call, verifies it's you and that you're interested in getting your home solar value, they schedule a Zoom with you, they show up and then they get you on Zoom and they show you your house. They actually show you your house, your real house with the panels on it. It's all done through 3D AI. It's really cool. But then they walk you through and they tell you how much your home qualifies for so you can see. When that happens, the person that got you to do that gets paid $100 just for getting someone to listen. So, Kate, if you got Bill to do the same thing and listen for his house, you make $100. If Bill never buys, it doesn't matter. We paid you $100 just for getting Bill to show up and listen to find out what his home solar value is. So, Kate, could you do that 10 times in a week? Sure. Make $1,000 a week. Is it an advanced commission where you get charged back? Absolutely not. It's just $100. It's yours. If you did 5 of them, you never sold one and you left us and never came back, we're sad. We love you. We miss you, but we just know the math. We write that off. $500 gone. Okay. It's worth it for us because here's why, guys. People think we're crazy. Some people want to go, you're crazy, Mike. You guys, you give away $100 just for someone to listen. It's really hard for someone like Joe's mom and dad to listen to their home solar value and know they're going to get $60,000 back and it costs $56,000 to buy the system and they don't have to pay out of pocket for it. You see, if you show enough people that value, they buy. Okay. So we're willing to throw out a few hundreds to get the folks to really see it because it takes that, Kate. That's why we pay. It can't be done over the phone. If I got on the phone with you and I just said, hey, I do solar, you might go, I'm not interested, Mike. These guys knock on my door all the time. Compared to if I educated you like I did, and now you go, wow, pretty interesting. I'd like to just find out what my number is. So guys, under the free program, we allow you to join for free. We give you the marketing page with your name on it, so it's all coded to you. You give that out to somebody. They listen to a home solar value presentation. We pay you $100. Also, if you, real estate agents, check this out. When you get someone to fill out the home buying application, they're interested in the zero money down. When they go through that application and they fill that out and put it through, when they get to the pre-approved status, that means they got approved for a house, we also pay you $100. And they don't have to buy a house. This is before they ever go shopping. We pay you $100. So can you imagine how cool this is? You can join for free. You can share 2 free products, home solar value, buy a home with no money down. And each time you do that and the person listens and the person fills it out and gets approved, we pay you $100 and it's unlimited. You can do as many as you want. There's no gotchas. But here's what's really cool. When the person says yes to the home solar value, they want to move forward, we pay you an additional $400. And when the person goes and finds the house they want to buy and they finish the closing, we pay you another $400. So we pay you 100 to go find somebody that says yes. And when somebody says yes, we pay you 400. Now, if that sounds interesting and sounds pretty cool, I know what happens, Kate. I've been around this thing for a long time. You're going to be at a barbecue over the weekend and friend's going to ask you, Kate, what have you been up to, girl? And you're going to go, oh, this and that. And I'm going on a cruise. And she goes, how are you going on a cruise? You just, you told me 6 months ago, money was tight. And you go, well, I got this cool program that this company pays me $100 every time I do this. And you tell her and she goes, well, are they hiring? Can I do it? Right? And so you always organically, I always laugh when people go, I don't like to recruit. I hate recruiting too. I don't go out to recruit people. I just live my life and people ask me questions. I tell them what I do. And if the story's good, like this one, free to join, make $100, then 400. When the story's good, people are intrigued. So you have the ability to share this with other people as well, and you can profit and make money with those people. But let's stay focused here real quick on this one. Okay. 10 quality connections. Okay. So I got 5 people maybe to fill out the home application and get approved. I got 5 people to listen to a home solar presentation on Zoom. They didn't even buy. I made $1,000. but I got one person approved and they went and bought a house with the real estate agent. I made an extra 400. So 1,400 is the number that I feel comfortable that if I'm working with Kate on a monthly basis, I know I can help her make about $1,400 a month. That's kind of where my low limit of saying, hey, do I want to help you make 10,000? Sure, I do. Of course, I want to help you make as much as you want. But I feel confident knowing that if we work together part-time, spare time, I can help you every month generate $1,400. That's my goal, right? That's what's Bill's goal. Bill's goal is to help all of you on this call to take what career you focus on, whether it's, notary, whether it's real estate, whether it's mortgage, whether it's, school teacher, making that your primary job that pays your bills, right? That's your job, right? Jim Rohn used to say that pays your job pays your bills. But then always having a side gig, something on the side that doesn't distract you from that main focus of family and your career and your health, but something extra. And I've always found that when you can make $100 a month extra, that's cool, but we don't get too excited about that. But $1,400 a month, it's really exciting. Now, some of you might go, Mike, I love this thing. Are you kidding me? When you told me you're going to pay me $100 for just making the connections, I'll go do it twice a day and I'll do 50 a month. Fantastic. We're going to pay you $5,000. And then if a few of those people say yes, and guys, by the way, we're showing you numbers of 1 out of 10 saying yes. I've had months where 6 and 7 people said yes out of 10. All right. So those numbers can be way bigger, but we like to show low. I like to give people, something where they don't expect it. Like if you're expecting 2,000, Kate, and you get 300, you're mad at me. But if you're expecting 300 and you get 2,000, I'm your new best friend. And so I like to make sure I under promise, over deliver. So the final question I'll ask you tonight, and then I'll move into the 2 parts for the real estate and I'm all done. The final question is, how many people do you know who can afford to join Reach for free and would like to earn $100 for simply sharing free products? Quite a few people, I think, would be interested in that. I think every Uber driver, every delivery food service person would be interested in that program. They're doing that to hustle, to make some money. Do you know that an average Uber driver has no idea their expenses of what their gas, wear and tear, tires, oil change? They don't factor that in. They think they made $150 that night, but they really made probably net profit $40 to $60 if they're lucky, right? And so they need additional money, and this is such a great program for those folks. Okay, I'm going to finish up here, and I'm going to speak to the real estate agents that have a license, but most importantly, I'm also going to speak to you that don't have a license. Why? Because you know agents who do have a license. Okay. So I'm going to finish up here these last 2-3 minutes. Licensed agents. We also offer you a free program. Aren't we nice? Okay. We know real estate agents. The last couple of years have been a struggle. The industry is completely different than it was 4 years ago. So we know money's tight for a lot of agents out there. And so we wanted to think through, and we came up together as a team. We brought in some very successful brokers, and we came up with this idea that we're going to offer a free program for real estate agents. They can join for free, just like our free affiliates. And with that, what do you get? We give you access to our exclusive lending product, the zero money down, the one I just went over. We give you access to that product so you can bring it to people in your community, and you don't have to pay per lead. You can bring it to 20 people, 30 people. It's unlimited. And we don't charge you at all, except on the back end. If a deal becomes a success, then we do a 70-30 split with you on the back end. You keep 70, obviously, we keep 30. Now, an agent friend of mine said, well, Mike, why would I give you 30% of a lead that I brought? Because it's a lead that you brought because you can't get them qualified any other way. See, if you can get your leads qualified in your programs that you currently have, keep them in those programs. Let people buy the normal way they've always done. But remember, 33% of the people in your community cannot buy a home with the current lending products you have. What are you doing to serve them? Nothing. You don't do anything for them. There's nothing you can do. But now you can. You can join for free and offer them this product and make 70%, which I find better than zero. So 70%, because guys, we have the exclusive. We put a lot of work. We put almost $1 million into this project. So we believe it's very fair. And we didn't come up with that number, by the way. Some of the best brokers in the United States of America came up with that number and said it was fair. Now, 2 of those brokers on that team said it should have been more, that we should have taken more, but we didn't. We wanted to be less than Zillow, Flex. We wanted to be less than Redfin, right? Then they don't provide pre-approved buyers. Okay, this is a pre-approved buyer lead. Oh, by the way, Remember real estate agents when you join for free too? Everyone you put through the application process, when they get approved, you earn $100. You go, and some agent told me, go, Mike, finally someone knows what gas money is. All that gas we use driving around showing people houses. This is cool. You give me a little money while I wait for the sale to happen. For my last minute here for you, for my agents that really understand the big picture here, okay? The big picture is this. You can pay $500, you're grandfathered for life into that price point. It's $500 per year, okay? But for $500 per year, here's what you get. You get 5% less for any of the clients you bring to the table from your own network. So you do a 75-25 split. So you pick up an additional 5% being a part of the program. But the real exciting part is you get leads from us as a company. Why? Because see, Kate and I don't have a real estate license. And then we're going to go out and share this with friends and family, and people are going to join us because it's free. And we're going to build this big team of people that are not licensed agents. And they're going to put people through the pre-approval process. And people are going to get approved to buy a home. Well, then guess what? We have to turn those people over to a licensed agent. So we use our network, okay, of agents to sell those homes in the zip codes in those areas. So guys, this is so powerful. Okay, why? Because the agents that come in first, you're tagged by the date. So for example, I heard there was an agent from Florida here. Okay, if she's here still, type in what city you are in Florida. What city is the real estate license agent in Florida? Type that in the chat for me. What city you're in? Because what's going to happen is she signs up tonight and she registers for the 500. As we build this up, guys, it takes a little time. Okay, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but guy, I promise, I've built big teams my whole career. That's one thing I know how to do. We will bring tens of thousands of people, okay, through this program. Tens of thousands. Orlando, oh, what a great market. I was crossing my fingers that she would say something above Miami. Miami's good, but it's a rough time for renewable energy. The government down there, the politics down there hate it, but we still make it work. But Orlando, boom, home run. And here's why. There's one agent that's signed up so far from Orlando. So what does this mean? This means if she enrolls tonight, okay, she pays her $500 for the year. She gets access to the program. She can go start sharing it tomorrow with her network. Okay, she can go start helping people literally go into a house with no money down tomorrow. Okay, all she has to do is put her license info when she signs up. But watch this. As we start drumming leads up, and by the way, we're putting all the gas to start in Florida. So here's what's great. So we're going to have organic leads come from the affiliates, but then we're doing paid advertising also in Florida. And those leads all are going to get connected to the agents. So all the first agents that enroll in Florida, so if you know agents in Florida, it's a big thing. They're going to get those leads first. Now, guys, I won't make any promises to you, but I can just tell you my vision is that you agents will be getting dozens and dozens of leads on a monthly basis. Okay, that's our goal. Dozens of leads on a monthly basis. I know if you got one a year, it pays for itself, but our goal is to get you dozens every single month. That's coming from us. You can do all of your own on your own still. So you add them together. I think I can help some of the agents sell 30, 40, 50 more homes this year. I have the confidence. But here's the last best part, and I'm all done, guys. All you agents that have a license, you can share this with other agents. They can join your team here. They don't have to leave their brokerage. They don't have to leave their office. They can join your team here. And guys, do you know that when they join your team, you get 5% of the real estate transaction? So if I'm an agent license and I share this with Bill, I'm in Florida, he's in Washington, or he's in Montana, wherever he's at, he's all over the place, but wherever he's at, when he sells homes in that area using this program, I make a 5% lifetime royalty on all of the deals he does. Guys, it's huge, and he doesn't have to leave his brokerage. So it's so powerful. So let me just kind of move through here real quick, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to kind of sum up here. That's for our licensed agents, okay? Licensed agents can join for free. They can pay $500. For all of you that came in for free, okay, you will also see that we have an academy that you can be a part of. Bill and I have the same philosophy. I don't push things on people, right? I love to just let it be there. And then when you kind of listen a little more, you plug in a couple times, you might go, hey, I want to do the academy. It costs $200, one-time fee. And you get a full real estate course, the most amazing course. You get extra benefits, extra bonuses, but you can build a team of people across the 31 states that we service. And if you have 10,000 people, okay, 10,000 people, Kate, on your team, and any of them ever do activity or make a sale or do anything, you are paid on every single transaction from those 10,000 people. It's unlimited. Okay. So it's just like a vending machine company. Do I want to have a vending machine on just the first floor of a hotel or on all 25 floors? All 25, right? I want every time someone gets off an elevator, I want my vending machine to be right there. Sodas and chips. Okay. Now, for me, if I could make it healthy, I'd make it healthy, but nobody buys that. Only 5% of us look for healthy. Everybody else wants sodas and Doritos. But we know that people love vending machines. So that's what you can do. You can build a big team. Now, I'm going to invite all of you, okay, to Friday. I'm doing a very special training on Friday. I'll get the information to Bill. He'll get it out to emails. Don't worry. But at 2 p.m. Eastern, just kind of circle that around your calendar. 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a getting started right call. And I'm going to help walk through everything step by step. I'm going to answer questions, all of that good stuff. But I invite you guys to that presentation. And so I'm going to stop now, Bill. And I hope all of you take action on just the free program. Come on inside, come learn, come grow with us, come be a part of it. Free, doesn't cost you anything. And I'm going to open it up now for Q&A, Bill, or pass it over to you to host that part.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. Truly appreciate that. And I have some thoughts too for the non-licensed real estate agents on how to leverage this, which I'm going to share here in just a moment. But I want to make sure that we get into the Q&A. And the first one, Mike, is I just want to clarify, and I'm so glad Randolph asked this too. The 5% uh, is of the commission, right? So is it of the 70% that the agent's getting, or is it the 30% that your company's getting?
It's the 5% off of all of the agents is coming out of the 30% that my company collects. So we pay off 5% of that to the agents on all of the transactions that come in.
Great question, Randolph. Thank you. Let's see what Andrea is asking. I'm a licensed broker. Is there PMI with this product that needs to be factored in? We've recently lost some or all of our federal incentives for renewable energy. If yes, what's the impact that's having on this product? Where do I learn the procedural details of these products? Super detailed question. I love it, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so what I would like to do is invite her, is that you say, Andrea? I would like to invite for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very private real estate agent only Zoom meeting with Don the lender. And I'm going to, the PMI actually is better here than it is in a typical deal. And I want you to come on and talk to Don. We do a Q&A with Don, all agents. We never hang up the Zoom till every question's answered. And so that is going to be, Bill, if you want to type in the chat, it's going to be on reachsolar.com/Zoom. reachsolar.com/Zoom. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. And I would love for you to come on because he does a whole presentation, which is phenomenal. It speaks the language between you and him much more than I could ever tell you. But I want you to come on and ask some of those questions. But I'll just tell you just from my basic knowledge, this program ends up being so much better and more affordable than a typical lending product. And there's a lot of reasons why. And when you come tomorrow, Don breaks all that down. He does a 15-minute education slide, and then he opens up for Q&A. But please bring that question so you can get the full detail. You don't want me answering that for you. I'll make a mess of it, just like me painting a wall. It would be really bad.
Do you also work with home builders? And you mentioned that this would be good for new construction as well, and condos. And I think that's a really important point, as well as refinancing. So can you just retouch on those 3 points just to drive this home?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, new builds are fantastic. Getting builders a part of this program, this is where it all started. PRMI, our lender, only did this with builders. That's why it's been tested for over 3.5 years with those guys. So for new construction, it's phenomenal. If you have connections to builders, as soon as they see this program, they can't sit still. They love it because they know how much faster these homes will sell now with a program like this. And then refinances, absolutely, especially if you've been caught in some of the higher interest rate last couple of years. Refinance is fantastic. And the condos. So condos, we can do battery backup. So sometimes, like with the condos, right? It's not 100% zero down, because if we can't offset the utility cost enough, then there might be a small down payment. And literally, Don told me like sometimes 2%, 3%, right? So it's still very, very cheap, right? But I can still do it with batteries in a condo unit. Or if I just don't like solar, like I'm just anti-solar, I hate it, right? Then you can look at using some of the alternative battery backup system, which are becoming very popular in that. Somebody asked about commercial, not yet.
I'm just writing down my own question over here. As a real estate agent, if I'm already signed up, can I sign up my broker or would he have to sign up first?
That's such a great question. And the answer is you sign up first for sure, and then bring this to your broker, because when your broker signs up, you are coded. That they're coded. There's nothing we can do. It's coded for life. You get 5% off everything that your broker ever puts through his name in this deal. But also tomorrow, if you can join tomorrow, guys, especially for the agents asking these questions, tomorrow we will show you our broker package. We have two packages for brokers, because like a broker can spend and buy like 10 seats or 20 seats. What's a seat? Is the $500 package is a seat. A broker can buy 20 of them, and they can give them away. And a broker or an agent can buy them too, guys, just so you're clear. So you say, well, I spend $5,000 and I buy 20. What do? You give them away to successful agents for free. Why? Why would I do that? Because you make 5% override on everything they ever do. They're coded to you. The seat is coded to you. So now don't give them to an agent that doesn't do anything, right? It's a wasted seat. I tell them I want my seat back, but give them to some productive people, especially outside of your area. So come tomorrow and learn about that.
Yeah, I love this. And so we got some really great questions here. Dominique says, okay, will these be available with the free start or do I have to upgrade to the 200? Can you address that? And then her follow-up question is, should I become a real estate agent?
Guys, listen, I mean, of course there's a lot of money in the real estate side, but remember, Kate and I are going to be millionaires because why? We don't have a license, but we override all of the solar transaction. Remember, there's big commissions in the solar, right? Remember I showed you the $400 if you do it directly, but there's $1,200 that goes into the override structure. So as Kate builds a team of people and they all go out and make connections and do the deals, every time that happens, Kate is getting money every single transaction without a real estate license, because she's getting a commission on the solar transaction. So do you need to go get a real estate license? Not yet. Go get yourself going first. Get wet a little bit, get your feet wet in the hot tub. And then if it starts to go really well and you're really enjoying it, there's no question to go get a real estate license. Why not? Because then you really do get to make some transactional deals, but you can just go recruit other agents. And this is why it's so powerful, Bill. See, the EXP people in the world, my friends that are in EXP, and I know the biggest ones, they're all my buddies, the Keller Williams, right? The Reals, those big companies. A lot of brokers butt heads with those guys because they're always recruiting away their agents from their brokerages, right? To go to EXP, to go to Keller, I have to leave my brokerage to go work with them. Here, I stay at my brokerage and I'm just using the lending product. But as an agent, I can recruit other agents in different states with different brokerages and still earn the 5% override. So
Yeah.
that's really attractive about that agent license deal.
I think that's huge. And I also want to say, like, I have no interest in getting a real estate license, right? Like I've taken the class 3 times because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this. But when you get down to it, I just don't want to be an agent. I have so much respect for them because there's so many rules you have to follow and you gotta dance around this and people's moods you have to deal with. Like, I just don't have an interest in it. But what I love about this program is a you can make plenty without it.
Right.
Like you can
Exactly.
take it to the next level with it for sure, but without it, you're fine. So don't feel too much pressure on that, Dominique. And that's the other thing too. So on the notary signing agent side, guys, because I know obviously this is my audience, Mike, right? Like this is primarily who's on these calls, and this is the value that I see. So I wanted to share here. If you are um, a loan signing agent, this is not just another thing to add. It's not just a shiny object designed to distract you from anything. It's really a leverage tool. And I really want you to hear this part clearly because most notary entrepreneurs are not taught to think this way, right? There are three really smart ways for a mobile notary and loan signing agent to leverage this program that we just shared with you tonight. First, you bring it to real estate agents to help them close more deals. That's the fastest way to get your foot in the door with with anyone, but definitely with a real estate agent, right? And it's the fastest way to deepen that relationship is to help them make money, help them achieve their own goals. When you help someone close a deal, you're no longer just a notary, right? It's a whole other level. You're a business partner, essentially. And in our world, the person who brings opportunities becomes very valuable very fast. And the second thing is the way you can leverage this is to bring it to your officers, your title partners. And this is super powerful. You don't have to go around them, you can go through them. And this takes a little bit of an ego check, but let your escrow agents or your escrow officers be the hero with their real estate agents. You give them something meaningful to bring to their agents who are their clients, right? Like, so for a loan signing agent, our ideal customer are escrow officers, but to an escrow officer, their ideal agent or ideal customer is real estate agents and loan officers. So let them bring this to the real estate agents. Let them help their clients, real estate agents, help their buyers move forward. That makes your escrow partner look really good because it makes their agents more successful. And it ties you into these higher value relationships on all sides. And over time, sure, that absolutely can lead to more closing appointments for you too. But this isn't about chasing $150 appointments anymore, guys. This is about attaching yourself to transactions and relationships that truly move the needle. This is life-changing for buyers. It changes the tone of the relationships that you have all the way around. And the third way you can leverage this is just to use this with the people you already know, your friends, your family, your neighbors, everyone in your network. You help someone you care about buy a home without draining their cash. That's it. You already have a ton of relationships. This gives you a real, legitimate reason to reach out and say, hey, I just learned about something that might actually help you buy a home with zero down. And that's it. And this, I really want you to take away from tonight. This program for a mobile notary and loan signing agent moves you closer to the front of the transaction. Because usually we're in the back, right? We never touch the file to the very end. This gives you a way to be useful much earlier in the deal. And that is leverage. And that's a huge shift for us. It brings deals. It creates heroes if you leverage it just the way I shared it with you, and it changes lives. And that's exactly how this fits into the new notary world. You guys feel that? Does that make sense? Awesome. Mike, thank you so much for sharing this opportunity with us. You have any closing words for
I just
anybody who's on the edge here?
just say thank you guys. And again, that's why we created the free program, right? Just go. Bill's got the link. He's dropped it in. You've seen it there. Just go ahead and enroll yourself. Because here's what I always tell people, even if you don't think you're ever going to do anything, I promise you, your niece, your nephew, somebody at the barbecue, somebody you're going to see at a Christmas holiday event is going to be looking to buy a house. And you're just going to hear it and go, hey, there's this cool program I joined a while back. Let me send you the link. It's free. Somebody asked, does the landing page come with the free program? Everything comes with the free program. Everything except the big, big bonuses. If you want to build a big team and all of the goodies that come with that part, that's the only thing, the academy, and plus the great real estate course that Bill was referring to. There's a great course. That's what you pay for with the academy. But guys, I always tell, if you, hey, hold on a second, Mike, before I do that, just come in for free, share some of the free products, earn a few $100s, all for free. So I always just want to say thank you, always, Bill, for hosting. And again, everybody, Friday, once you join for free, this is how simple it is. When you join for free, you'll log in to what we call your back dashboard. And your dashboard will look something just like this here. I'll pull it up real quick for you. Let me take this down. So this is what your dashboard will look like here. Okay, this is the homeowner dashboard. It looks like this. And it always logs me out now. It looks like this here. And then your marketing tool is here. When you go to the homeowner dashboard, let me go back. When you go here, there'll be a little compliance video. It's 2 minutes long. Mine's already been taken, so you don't see it. But right here, you just watch that video for 2 minutes, and then it unlocks your marketing page. And so if you want to go ahead and share the new homeowner product with someone you know renting, this is your custom page. It's right here. It's all ready to go with a video that explains it. Your name is at the bottom. You can see mine there. It automatically, when you sign up, it's all coded to you guys. And then also in that same program, if you have a real estate agent friend and you want to share the program, we built a beautiful page with a video that explains to real estate agents why they may be interested in this program so that you can share that with them as well. Also, for all of you, go back here. This is called the main dashboard. And then see it says calendar of events. You just click that. And this is all the trainings available. There's no cost for any of this. This is all free. So tomorrow you can see there's a real estate overview. And then Friday is the compensation. This is my time. So 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. But it's always in your time zone. And then if I go to resources, I can go to training. And then there's a great training here, the breakdown of the home ownership. The real estate agent that asked some of those questions, this is a really good video right here. That's a full breakdown from Don. But also if I go to the marketing, okay, the marketing still I can see the presentation that I just did for you tonight is right here called the business overview. It's recorded. So you can go back here. You could share this with some friends if you want. It's all right there for you. And the home solar value, let me move this up. So this page, you get all of this, guys, for free. So here's the home solar value page. So Joe explains what the home solar value is, and that person can click here to get their home solar value. It's all connected to you. So you get the credit always. It's always got your link attached to it. And so, Bill, I'll end again by just saying, I don't know very many companies out there that give something for free to sign up, free website, free marketing tools, free landing pages, everything's coded to you, pay you $100 for getting someone to listen. It is pretty cool. Like, I make myself smile because I really am proud of the team because it wasn't all my idea. My idea was the free, but everything else came from other people. And so, guys, I really think you're on to a very unique opportunity. It's a very special time in our country, right? There's a lot of dividing, there's a lot of politics, there's a lot of crap going on. We all know that. But I think it's a special time where people are really realizing they've got to make extra income because they are struggling big time, right? And that extra income just needs to be an extra 1,000 or 2,000 a month. And so I really am passionate about that part of what we can do is we can help thousands and tens of thousands of people make extra income. So with that, Bill, thank you again for having me. Appreciate all of you. I look forward to seeing you on many of the trainings.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Enjoy the rest of it. I'm sure you'll hear more of us and all of the links that Mike or the events that Mike has talked about, I'll send out via email. Plus, if you sign up, you'll be part of Reach's network. You'll get the notifications. You'll know all that. Everything's recorded, right, Mike?
That's right.
Replays, everything that you need. So thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. And this is the kickoff to something really, really great. So thank you for being here, sharing the what if part. Good night, guys.